I'm hoping this works this time. Facebook is so mad at me today. Tell me if you guys can see and hear me. We were running into some issues, so if you saw me going live one time, it was fake. I faked you out, but here we are. We're live now, wanting to make sure you guys can see and hear me. Oh my gosh. What's great is that I actually decided not to do slides today because I wanted to not deal with technical difficulties. And then here we are with technical difficulties. So let me know as you guys are joining live. Hey guys. Hi Tara. Hey Corey. Hi Tracy. Okay, good. Candace, you're here. I literally don't think I can run a workshop without technical difficulties. I think it's like against the rules for me. Hi Lynette, thanks for joining me guys. As you're popping on, say hi if you're watching live or replay. I wanna know you're here, and my goal for today is to get all you silent watchers to let me know you're here so that I know you're here and hanging out with us. If you missed it, I literally just said that I tried to not do slides today because I was like, I'm gonna avoid all technical difficulties, and then Facebook had other plans. So anyways, we're here, we're doing it. We're gonna be talking about the, hey Jessica, EasyS lead system. As you're coming on, say hi to me. And just to keep it fun and eventful, tell me what your favorite drink is. I'm currently drinking a cold brew coffee in my new Starbucks cup that I made, or that I bought, that I made the cold brew. But pop on, let me know you're here. I'm gonna get super amped and super excited about this. And for real, this is probably one of those trainings that you're gonna be like, you can't unsee what we're gonna talk about today. It's gonna be just super awesome, okay? Hi, Carly. Hi, Carissa. Hi, Sierra. Hi, everybody. We're just gonna keep saying hi. And again, my goal is all you silent watchers, I want you out today. I want you to like get loud with me. So again, we're gonna get started. If you have a workbook, you're gonna need it. Blueberry smoothie, that sounds good. Water, iced tea, you guys are awesome. Make sure you have this. I'm gonna call you guys out because just like I would in my paid programs, I call people out and say, so many of you are not doing the homework. Now I get it, you're like, why do I wanna do this homework? I'm not in school anymore, but the truth of the matter is you get the most out of this when you're actually taking action. So drop homework if you've actually done the day 1 and day 2 homework, because I want to surprise you and tell you how happy I am about it. Hey, Cleta, I want to know that you guys are doing the work and getting the most out of this, okay? Ooh, brewed coffee. There's so much stuff coming. Tea, favorite naughty drink, a Shirley Temple. I love you. You're so cute, Tara. That's adorable. I'm the same way. I'm not a big drinker. But let me know if you guys did the homework by dropping homework. And I mean day 1 and day 2. No shame if you haven't. I'm just gonna make you guys do it. My whole goal is to hold you accountable so that you guys are doing the work and getting transformation out of this, okay? Number 2, my next question for you is, have you guys actually been filling this out? Because not everything I talk about is stuff that you're filling out here, but it's all information that's actually gonna help you do stuff. So tell me in the comments, yes or no, if you filled out your workbooks, if you're doing the work alongside with me, because everything we're doing is totally strategic. There's a point and a process behind it, okay? So I'm super excited and we're gonna just jump right into it. Good, I'm seeing some homeworks. Good for you guys, homework doers. I like you. I like all of you, but I love when you guys do your homework, okay? So we're gonna talk about the EasyS lead system. It's super incredible. It's definitely going to be the game changer in your business. Taylor says she couldn't figure out what my client needs to hear to say yes on the spot. Oh girl, that's my favorite stuff. So those are the things that take a little bit of digging for you to understand really what's gonna make them have that massive shift for them to be able to say yes. And a lot of people don't know. They're like, I have no idea how to get my client to say yes because they struggle to get them to say yes. So today we're talking about easy yeses, right? And I'm gonna make it a little bit easier for you every single step of the way for you to understand how we get to these easy yeses. Okay, so first I just want to welcome you guys. We have spent the last couple of days together. I feel like we're now old friends, and we've talked about the having a yes mindset on day 1. Day 2, we talked about innovative authority. Give me a hands up if innovative authority kind of blew your mind a little bit and made you like do a double take on your business and what you need to be doing. Because when I first figured out innovative authority, and this is my proprietary process and system of what I go through, I was like, holy crap. How come no one's doing this? Why are we not creating innovative authority in a way? And again, there's the blue ocean strategy, but innovative authority takes it one step further with this dynamic framework. So tell me if it's blown your mind, because it totally blew my mind when I first got started in this business and trying to figure out all these pieces. Now, It's time to talk about getting easy yeses and a lead system. So before we jump into this, what I want to hear from you is, do you know what a lead system is? Okay? Do you actually know what a lead system is? And it's okay to say no. And a lead system, just to tell you a couple things lead systems are not, it's just not running ads. It's not getting leads. It's an actual system. And it's totally okay if you have no idea what it is. But I want to kind of gauge where you guys are at. And if you've ever heard of a lead system, if you know what this is, just drop a yes or no so I know, okay? Good, still working on Innovative Authority. Hasn't clicked quite yet. That's okay, Carly. We'll definitely chat about it on our call as well, so don't worry. But have you ever felt like, I'm not sure how I can sell my offer to someone who has barely met me? Okay, hands up if that's ever been you, because that was me. I was like, how the heck am I supposed to sell my offer to someone who doesn't already know me, who doesn't already like say, hey Naj, you're awesome, and wants to do this, right? I want to be able to, I'm seeing a lot of good comments, a lot of no's, some people saying a flow. It's definitely like a flow. Good. Cool. Giving me some good ideas of where you guys are at. Okay, but have you ever felt like, I want to be able to sell my offer to people who are just new to me, right? Like, I don't want to spend months and months trying to sell my offers to people, because I'll tell you, my husband is actually in sales, and he told me the sales is just a time, it's just all about time, putting more time into it. And I was like, I am one of those impatient people who is like, I don't want to spend months and months trying to talk someone into my offer. Hands up if that's you. If you've been like, I don't want to get into the endless follow-up cycle, because I feel like that's what's taught, right? We're taught in sales and marketing that you just have to constantly keep showing up and putting offers out there and following up and following up and following up and following up. And you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want clients and I want to help them and I want to make massive impact right now, okay? And maybe it feels like, oh my gosh, yeah. Taylor says, I'd love people to find me and pay me without doing hours of work to make the sale. Yeah, like that was me. I was like, why can't people just love me without me having to spend 3 months, right? I always heard it takes 90 days for someone to go from just meeting you to converting into a client. And here I am, I was like, impatient me does not want to wait for that. So tell me if you guys are impatient. I want to hear if I'm the only impatient person, because I was super impatient and I was like, I'm not waiting 90 days to go from someone meeting me to becoming a client. So what I'm going to share with you today is my proprietary process that actually allows me to convert clients, to convert new people who just met me, who are like, who's this Naz chick and what's she all about, all the way into clients within, on average, 72 hours. Like, imagine that. Imagine being able to meet someone and 3 days later, they're like, okay, yeah, that actually became a reality in my business, where I went from constantly trying to follow up, constantly spending days and days and months, to like, I just want new clients now. I'm seeing a lot of impatience. Good, I'm not the only one. You guys are impatient too. Like, imagine what it would feel like to say hello to someone and within 72 hours on average, be able to actually convert them into paying clients. Clients that you're impacting, clients that you're making massive changes for and giving them a transformation of their lifetime. Like, would that not be incredible for you? Okay? And I don't know about you guys, but I have seen all these other people who were talking about how they were getting clients left, right, and center. And here I was, totally like, I can't do this. Courtney says, can you do this without getting on the phone with them? Heck yes, you can. That's called DM sales, girl. And you can totally make that happen, okay? Meanwhile, you might feel like, I'm not getting clients, and 90 days are going by, I'm not getting any traction in my business, so you're lowering your prices, you're creating another course, you're doing something else just in order to try and create more revenue in your business. That is the most frustrating thing to do in your business, because it's actually what's keeping you completely stuck exactly where you are. Because you're not getting traction in your business and you're not getting clients in your business, you're losing motivation. And you're like jumping from thing to thing. You're like shiny object syndrome. This isn't working. It's not producing results. Let me hop to the next thing. Drop shiny if that's ever been you guys. If you guys have ever had shiny object syndrome, because I will tell you, I think I created something like 10 offers in my first couple of years of business, because it had to be an offer problem, right? It wasn't anything else. It was, the problem was that I wasn't creating enough offers. I needed more offers, and I needed to get talking to more people and doing it for a longer period of time. Those were all the things I told myself. All these questions. Can I do this through Facebook? Absolutely. Don't worry, I'm gonna talk to you all about this. Okay, good shiny objects. You guys are my kind of people, shiny object syndrome people, okay? Here's the thing, okay? Most business owners are doing shiny object syndrome and they're confusing the heck out of their audience. They are making it so confusing as what they want them to do. And the truth of the matter is, I say this because it was totally me. I was the person who would have people meet me, whether that was joining my Facebook group or my email list or one of the other hundreds of places that I was showing up, because that's another piece of the puzzle is we show up in all the places. And people would literally come and be like, so what is it that you do? They had no idea, okay? Like, it was the most embarrassing thing, is that no one had any idea what I was doing. They met me and they were just totally confused. So drop confused if you feel like you might be confusing your audience. You might be making too many pivots, giving them too many offers, talking about so many different things, and your audience is like, but what? Right? Like, the worst thing you can do to your audience is to confuse them. And maybe you're also like I was and totally winging it when it feels like what you're doing to get leads, which means you're spending countless hours on every platform out there doing all of the things everywhere, hoping and crossing your fingers that something works out, okay? Anyone else like me? Like, totally, I was just winging it. I was showing up everywhere. I had a YouTube channel, Instagram, Pinterest, email list. I think I started a TikTok. Like, I did everything because that's what I needed to do, right? Be in more places. Like, I know that we've all been there, that we've wanted to think that we're doing it. So tell me if you've winged it before. Because here's the deal. Crossing our fingers and showing up in more places and hoping that we get results is not a strategy, okay? I say this all the time. Hope is not a strategy, and neither is winging it when it comes to getting leads in your business, which means if you're doing all the things, it might make you happy to hear that you don't need to be doing all the things. It's really about building a system that produces results so that you can spend less time marketing your business and more time making an impact, okay? I don't know about you guys, but if you have ever thought about the fact that if you didn't have to market your business all the time, what would your business look like? Like, how crazy would that be? Good, I'm seeing you winged it. I confused myself at this point. I'll say, I was the same thing. I created offers that I was like, what the heck was I thinking here looking back at it, okay? So having a lead system allows you to systemize the way that you attract, nurture, and convert your leads like clockwork. So the first question in this workbook, so that you know what I'm saying, is having an easy yes lead system allows you to systemize how you attract, nurture, and convert dream clients. So a lead system is not how we generate traffic, okay? That's one piece of the puzzle, and I'm gonna break down all the pieces of the puzzle, but that's what a lot of people focus on. They say, I need more visibility, up in more places. I need to just show up. Absolutely is true. We do need visibility in our business. If we don't have a system for how we bring those people in and then we actually nurture and convert them, we're wasting money, we're wasting time, and we're confusing the heck out of our audience. So I ask people all the time, if I were to give you, and I want you to answer this question, if I were to literally come on your doorstep, drop off 100 new leads, would you have a way to nurture and convert them without losing them all? Tell me yes or no. Okay? Yeah, you need systems in your life, Tara. Yeah, we're gonna get you figured out. Trust me. Would you know how to handle 100 or even 20 leads at your doorstep? Would you know how to nurture and convert them quickly without losing a bunch of them? Because I know that I wasn't ready. If someone were to have dropped off all these leads that I quote unquote constantly said I want more leads in my business, I would have had no way to have actually converted them into clients. I would have been like, oh my gosh, and lost my mind and crawled under the covers and been like, what the heck am I doing with my life, right? And it's okay. I'm not trying to shame you guys. I want you guys to know because I was there, okay? Would I have a system? So now the power of having a lead system is that we can actually do a couple of cool, awesome things. Create predictable income, which is why you guys are all here. We want to create predictable profit in our business. No longer on what I call the revenue roller coaster, meaning one month maybe you make $1,000, the next month maybe you make $5,000. There's no consistency. There's no idea of knowing, okay, next month, what am I going to bring in? So you're constantly in this worry phase and you're thinking to yourself, do I need to go back to a 9-to-5 job? Do I need to do this, that, and another? Okay? I don't know about you guys, but I want predictability in my life, right? Hands up if you want predictability in your life. Number 2 thing that you get out of having a lead system is you get time back into your life. I am a huge believer, and if you guys don't know this about me, I've got 3 kids, 3 young kids, all under the age of 9, and time is of the essence for me. I did not leave a corporate job to stay at home and give up more of my time. So I needed more time back into my life so that I wasn't spending all of it marketing my business. Because when you have a lead system, you're pouring your effort into a focused opportunity. You're doing only what produces results into your business. It's kind of like Back to the Future. Like, you get all this time back in your life, right? Good. I need consistency in my life. Good. I just want to make sure you guys are on the same page as me because I don't want to talk to people who don't understand that. And number 3 is you get eager clients who are ready and willing to say yes. Like, the craziest shift that happened for me was attracting clients who I felt like I had to talk them into me, and then coming back to now having clients who are like, please, how can I work with you? Give me the payment link. I'm ready. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I seriously have clients who hunt me down and say, where can I sign up? I want to sign up right now. Daily, this happens. And I don't share this with you to brag. I share this with you because this was not a possibility for me a few years ago. I was confused. I didn't have a system. I was making it so much more confusing than it needed to be. And the truth of the matter is, having a lead system is super simple. So drop simple, because I want you to hear that. I want you to actually recognize that when I say the process is simple, I truly do mean it's simple. Here's what it boils down to in the simple terms, and then I'm going to make it where I show you what it looks like. Step 1, to get leads. Okay? Drive traffic. People coming to us. We say hello. We're bringing these new people who don't know us. That's step 1. Now, I want to be clear. None of these things work if we don't have those other pieces of the puzzle that I already shared with you earlier this week. That's why I asked, have you been doing your work? You have to have clarity. You have to know your innovative authority in order to drive that traffic, right? Otherwise, we're like shouting from the rooftops, so people are like, who is this and why is she shouting at me, right? So step 1 is that we bring in leads. We attract leads to us. Step 2, we nurture those leads, right? And I promise you I'm going to give you more details. I just want to give it to you simply first. Step 2 is I nurture those leads. What do I need to say to them? What's the conversation? What's the words they need to hear to feel nurtured so that they can say yes to me? This workshop is a version of a nurture sequence. It's a nurture opportunity for me to take you guys from having just met me to nurturing you into potential clients. Okay? I like to use real life examples so you guys can see it. And then finally is conversions. How do we convert them? How do we actually get them raising their hands, signing on the dotted line, and saying, oh my gosh, yes, I want to move forward with you. And if you stick around and you hang out with me, I'm actually going to teach you one extra step that no one teaches, which is how to retain those clients. Okay? So far, step 1, and drop a 1, 2, 3 as I'm going through this so that I know you guys are getting this because I don't want to go too quickly. Step 1 is attract leads, drive traffic. Step 2, nurture those leads, get them to like you, get them to love you. Step 3 is convert them. Get them to sign on the dotted line and say, yep, this is what I want. Okay? Everything making sense so far? Drop me 1, 2, 3 so that you guys understand this. I'm going to take a sip of water so that I catch up. Now, the problem I see is that most people do not have a system. What they're doing is going out there and talking to people and then hoping that it works out, and then they're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And it's like this jumbled mess. It's like a car wreck. It's like and what that means is every time they make an outreach, it's them reinventing the wheel, hoping and trying to produce some sort of results because they have no idea what they need to be doing. They're just doing all the things. Okay? And that's okay. But hands up if that's you. If you're kind of like reinventing the wheel every time you go out, every time you outreach, every time you connect with people, you're just hoping something's working out. Because you don't know what's going to actually produce those results. Now, the problem is when we don't have that, you're flying blind. You're taking shots in the dark. And honestly, it's costing you tons of time, effort, and money that you probably don't have to spend in the first place. And so we want to eliminate all the things. So one of the biggest things that people freak out over is that I make people eliminate the things that don't produce results. Now, I'm not going to go into tons of details about this, but this is probably the biggest weight lifter off of your shoulders is when we say, is this producing results? No, take it off, move along. So for me, I used to be on Instagram and spend tons of time creating stories and more posts and all these things. It didn't produce results. So I literally decided I'm no longer going to spend time in that, diverted my attention to Facebook groups, and all of a sudden my business blew up. So I want you to drop quit in the comments if you are ready to actually quit the things that aren't producing results in your business. So many people are constantly talking about new things you need to be adding on to their business, but because I'm a strategist, I know I can show you that removing things is sometimes the fastest way to get results. So drop remove or drop quit if you're actually ready to say, I'm going to say goodbye to all the things that do not produce results in my business. Okay, I'm seeing some quits because I want to make sure you guys understand this. We want to stop spending all these hours in our days doing the things that we call busy work that don't produce results because you feel like you need to be doing them because some other marketer told you that. Some other marketer told you in order to master your business, you had to be an expert marketer who did all the things in all the places. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Pinterest, if you're on Reddit, if you're on TikTok and you're on Facebook and you're on, I don't even want to list any more things, and they're not producing results, why do we keep putting so much time and effort into those things? It's a total waste of time, okay? So I want to take a second and we're about to jump into some nitty gritty stuff, and I want to tell you, I only have 3 pathway calls left, okay? I've been preaching to you guys about pathway calls all week, and the reason why is because I'm really passionate about serving people. I'm really passionate about helping people quit the crap, quit the things that aren't serving them, and create a surefire, straight path to where they need to go. So if you are shaking your head up and down to all the things I've said today about, oh my gosh, this all sounds amazing, and you need a plan, you want a strategy that works with you and doesn't make you want to bang your head against the wall, I need you to drop call down below. Now, if I've had some conversations with some people who are worried, they were like, well, what if I feel like my business isn't ready enough for this? Or I'm worried that I don't have all the things together. And that's okay. I want you to understand that what I do to help you is actually help you put all of these pieces together. So even if you're not sure that you have an offer that's viable and you're not sure if you have all the pieces, I want you to drop call down below because I have 3 calls left, okay? 3 calls where you and I can sit down and get serious about your growth, about creating a business that actually fits your life and gives you back the freedoms that you've dreamt of. And I'm inviting you to book a pathway call. Okay, so drop call at any point during this conversation that we're having today because I really want you to take this seriously. I want to take your next level of your business seriously and stop wasting so much time, energy, and effort on the things that don't serve you. Because wouldn't that return on investment be so much more incredible if you knew that rather than me spending years, and I say years because I have had clients who come to me after years in the business, keep doing the same hustle, same thing that they've been doing time and time again and not getting anywhere, and come back years later and say, Naz, I wish I had worked with you. Naz, I wish I had booked that phone call. So I don't want that to be you guys. I don't want you to be the people who come back to me years later who have spent time, energy, and effort and tons of money and not gotten a return on investment. Okay? I'm telling you, my clients get results because we focus on creating a plan that works for them. Okay? So I see some calls. I just want to make sure you guys know that. And if you're someone who's a little nervous about getting on a call or you don't want to drop call in the chat, you guys can DM me or you can drop chat. And what I'll do is I'll send you a DM and we can just chat via DM because I know that sometimes calls are a little scary and overwhelming for people. So drop chat if you want me just to send you a DM and you and I will chat in the DMs. It won't be me pushing you. If you know this about me, I'm not a sleazy salesperson. I'm not trying to bring people in who don't want to work with me. Okay? So now that we got that out of the way, because I don't want you guys to miss out and say, oh my gosh, I wish I had done this. So now we're done throwing spaghetti at the wall. We're ready to jump in and figure out what's actually going to work, and we're ready to do that, okay? So in the last training, we talked about innovative authority. This is an important piece. If we don't have innovative authority, yay, Courtney's my past client, and we made back her investment literally within 30 days of working together. Like if that doesn't say something, trust me when I say return on investment of working with me is awesome. You get massive clarity. Okay, so in the last training, we talked about innovative authority, and it's really important that we started with that because if you don't know your unique voice, it's gonna be really difficult for you to create a clarity around why you draw people in. So just like I said before, if we're confusing our audience, if we're making it super like, I don't know what she does and I don't know what she's talking about. It's because we don't have innovative authority. We don't have a dynamic framework. We don't have a clear and concise way to share with people, here's what I do and here's how I can help you. That is the key piece. So I don't want you to jump the gun and jump into this if you don't have an idea of your innovative authority. Now, again, I understand if you don't have all the pieces put together, but I want you to understand that, okay? Without innovative authority, without dynamic framework, we're dead in the water. We're putting a megaphone to a broken message, which is what I see so many people do when they're constantly throwing money into ads and they're doing all of these other things that don't produce results for them. It's because they have a message that isn't clear. Okay, so drop clear if you feel like you do have a clear message, or drop no if you don't know if your message is clear. Again, no shame in this. I just want to be really clear that sometimes it's like it's got to sink in for you to understand that we have to have clarity before we try to sell. If you don't, you're putting the cart before the horse and it just doesn't work out. We have to be clear on how we are unique in what we do in order for us to call those people in. Okay, I'm seeing some clears. If you're not sure, that's okay. Good, Tiffany says she's clear. That's what I like to hear, okay? Once we've established that authority, now it's time to actually amplify it. So a lot of people are jumping that gun and they don't have a clear message and all they're doing is literally shouting louder and it's not getting anywhere. So you have to have established that and be able to amplify and systemize it, okay? So we want to talk about why this is called the Easy Yes Lead System. I want to explain to you why I call it the Easy Yes Pathway, Easy Yes Lead System, okay? I want you to think about the online space right now, okay? So many business owners are spending so much time promoting their offers and selling, but that they fail to see that increasing their sales conversion time, they're increasing their sales conversion time because they're not clear. They have no idea. So they're making their audience wade through the noise. So drop noise if you've ever had this experience, whether it's for you in your own business or it's happened to you with other people's business where you feel like you're wading through the noise. You can't figure out what it is that you need to be paying attention to. Because I know that when I go online, I'm like, I'm bombarded with messaging. I'm bombarded with more information and I'm tired. It's exhausting. So the concept of an easy yes is that if we can establish a relationship and build a connection very quickly in the beginning of meeting someone, we can get to an easy yes quickly. All of you guys that are here have probably had some form of conversation with me when you first got introduced to me. That is not done on accident. It's done on purpose. I make it a point to meet people and create relationships really quickly. Because if you've ever felt sleazy in your business and you felt like it's so detached and disconnected, it's because we haven't built connection from the very beginning. So imagine that. Imagine that if we actually create a relationship like I've created with most of you that are here today, I got you to give me an easy yes by showing up to this today. I got you to give me an easy yes by signing up for this workshop, even though you didn't know who I was, because I built a relationship and I gave you something that was an easy yes, okay? Are you seeing the pattern here? We want to get people to an easy yes. We want to make it super easy for them to say yes the first time. So drop easy yes. I want you to understand that it really is an easy yes because we're not asking them to do so much right from the beginning. That means instead of shoving your offer down someone's throat, like that used car salesman, the first time you step on a lot, you focus on what's going to actually build connection quickly and effectively so that you can actually ask for an easy yes without feeling slimy and gross and yucky, okay? That is my goal for you guys, is if I could like wave a magic wand, I would teach everyone on the internet how to build connection so that they can get to easy yeses, rather than saying, buy my offer, buy my offer, buy my offer, and being a freaking broken record. Because I know we're all sick and tired of that broken record. So I want to give you a real life example because sometimes it's just helpful. Imagine it's like going on a date, okay? Imagine that you're like, I really want to meet a guy who's awesome or a girl who's awesome. So you put your info out on a dating site and you talk about how you're looking for a long-term relationship so that you can find the one, okay? And the first person that you talk to shows up with a wedding ring and says, do you want to marry me? Drop marry me if you would be freaked out if someone showed up on a first date knowing nothing about you, asking you to marry them. I don't know about you, but I would literally run as fast as I could the opposite direction. even though their intentions were good. They haven't taken the time to build any type of real connection with you. They just shoved their marriage proposal down your throat. Creepy, huh? Now imagine take a quick second, and I know this is gonna be an awkward feeling for you. Have you been doing that in your business? Have you been shoving marriage proposals down people's throats right now? Have you been literally asking them to marry you before they know anything about you? Drop a yes or no. I was totally asking people to marry me who knew nothing about me, shoving a marriage proposal and being like, I'm the one, marry me. Like, isn't that awkward and so weird? Like, I don't know, but that was like a game changer when I took a second to realize I was asking people to marry me. I was asking people to spend their lives with me when they never even knew who I was. Imagine if I had jumped into your DMs after the first time you and I had a conversation and said, marry me, work with me. That's the same thing we're all doing, right? We're all doing this. Okay, good. Taylor says I haven't, luckily. Good. You're a diamond in the rough in that sense, okay? So that's that one person. Now the other person is the person who you put out a dating profile, they strike up a conversation, they get to know you, then they ask if it's okay if they text you, they start a conversation in text messages, you're having this incredible conversation, they're asking you questions, they're listening to you, and they ask the right questions and find out why other relationships didn't work. And then they spend time getting to know how to show you that they're the perfect match for you. Isn't that just so much more like a romance story? Like, you guys, I asked you guys about rom-coms. There was a reason. I wanted to know what kind of rom-coms you guys like, what kind of romance movies you guys like, because don't we all want to be romanced a little bit? Don't we all want to get to something, get through that beautiful relationship before we just get out there and say, marry me? Right? The goal in our business relationships is similar to the goal in our personal relationships. We want to focus on just getting the first yes. We don't want to propose before we know anything about them. We just want them to get to a point where they feel comfortable enough to give me an easy yes. Okay? And I always say it starts with giving them value before we ask them for something. Okay? I call this easy yes momentum. Okay? Meaning that once somebody has said yes to you once, it becomes easier for them to continue to say yes again and again because you've built yes momentum. So drop momentum if you're ready to start building yes momentum rather than trying to shove your marriage proposal down their throat. And again, I want you to remember, when I talk about yes momentum, this isn't some long drawn out process. You're not going to be dating them for 6 months to a year and asking them to marry you. You're going to build momentum quickly because you're going to get them to say yes and feel comfortable with you every single step of the way. So getting to your first easy yes is about knowing where your client is and where they want to go and making that first opportunity easy and making every yes thereafter an easy yes. Okay? Good. I'm glad this is making sense to you guys. Give me a thumbs up, an emoji of some sort, if all of this has made sense to you guys so far. That what we're trying to do is build upon a relationship, but we can do this really quickly if we give them easy yeses. So I'm going to break down what my easy yes system actually looks like the 3 steps that go into it, so you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like. So step 1, first I'm going to give you guys a second. I want to make sure this is all making sense. So I'll take a sip. Okay, getting some emojis. There's like a 20-second delay between Zoom, or no, I'm not even on Zoom, between Facebook, I guess. But drop some sort of emoji because I'm going to pause here. I'm going to make you guys come out of the shadows and tell me that so far everything's making sense for you. Good. I'm getting some emojis. Okay, so it breaks down into 3 steps of how we get them to say yes. Step 1 is what I call strategic value visibility. This is where you show up, you offer massive value, and you create visibility. You don't ask a whole lot. You're not saying, do you want to join my program? All you're doing is showing up in a very strategic way to give massive, massive value. I mean, I'm a nice girl to marry. I love it. We're all nice girls and we're all worth getting married to, but we have to warm them up, right? So that first step, step 1, is strategic value visibility. How can I show up in a very strategic way to add massive value and create visibility in my business? Okay, so drop strategy if you guys understand step one. Step one is that strategic value visibility, showing up in a way that gets people to say, I see your value, so that you can ask them to the next step. That's step one. Step two, I'm actually going to give you guys a second to catch up with me here. So step one, strategic value visibility, creating very strategic visibility that allows people to see our value. It makes it undeniable. We're not lollygagging, we're not messing around. We know how to get them to be like, oh my gosh, who's this chick? Most of you guys here are here because I created strategic value visibility. I attracted you with my strategic value visibility. See, my system works because I've done it and my clients do it, okay? That's step one. Step two is what I call bingeable authority. Bingeable authority is incredible, and I'm going to get into more details about this. So that's step two. Step three is an easy ask offer, okay? So drop bingeable or binge. If you guys, I want to make sure you guys get step two is bingeable authority. Step three is an easy ask offer. Okay? So far, so good. Okay, so in that first step, we use strategic value visibility. Our goal is literally to show up as an authority and to create massive value visibility so that people can raise their hand and say, I want to learn more. Okay, it's getting them to be like, oh my gosh, where can I get some more of what you just talked about? This is a super easy, non-invasive way that we get people to give you that first yes really quickly. You're all here because you got me. I gave you a I gave you strategic visibility. It was super easy for you to say yes. Okay? You're all here because of that. So it's non-invasive and it's a really easy way to get them to say yes quickly because you are showing really quickly that connection and that value before you even ask anything of a potential client. So if you think of it as a pathway, everyone's on a journey. When your clients get started, they're all on a journey and a pathway, and the destination is for them to ultimately say yes to you. It's for them to raise their hand and say, I want to sign on the dotted line, okay? But along the way, there are things that help us guide the conversation, guide them to the destination. That first step is that strategic value visibility, so that they are willing to say, okay, I'm going to follow you. This is what actually gets us in the door, opens up that opportunity. So if you don't have clarity around your innovative authority, you're not going to be able to lead people to follow you because they're going to be like, why would I follow you? Who are you? You're just some other no-name online, right? So we need to have that strategic visibility coupled with that innovative authority to get them to want to follow us, okay? So that's step one, is creating that. By creating strategic visibility, you're positioning yourself as an authority and you're leading them to that first yes. You're not making them jump through hoops. So drop no hoops. Because I want to make sure you guys understand, we are not trying to get people to jump through hoops. If we're asking them download a lead magnet and go watch this and why don't you go here and go do 10,000 other things, we are making them jump through hoops to learn more about us. And all that does is increases our sales cycle. And I don't know about you guys, but we don't want to increase sales cycle. So drop hoops if you're tired of hoops and you're not going to make your clients jump through hoops anymore. Good. Are these steps in a personal conversation or in a post? Either or, Tammy. I use them. I don't really talk to people in person anymore, so it's online for me, but it can be done either way. It can be applied to multiple different ways. Good. I'm seeing lots of no hoops. More sips. I need to wake up today. Okay. So we don't want to take them through complicated processes. If you've ever been through someone else's complicated process, you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a waste of my time. When someone's eager to fix a problem, they're eager to fix the problem and they're ready for you to fix it. Stop making them jump through 10,000 hoops to get there. Because the more we complicate that process, the more difficult it becomes to get people to that next step, okay? All we want to do is give them a simple ask that gets you to an easy yes. Now with each level, our commitment grows. So just like you guys here, I asked you, do you want to join in my workshop? Do you want to learn about something? You said yes. That was an easy yes, right? Now the next step is my commitment grows a little bit. Now I'm asking you, do you want to show up to my lives? Do you want to actually take part? Do you want to be here with me and engage with me and have a conversation with me? Obviously you guys are awesome and you all said yes. You made a smart decision. Yay you. Now the next step, right? Like every step of the way, I'm giving you easy yeses because you're learning to love me. I'm not asking you to love me from the beginning, okay? And then my next step is, do you want to hop on a call with me? Let's chat. I'm giving you easy yeses and giving a commitment that grows over time because I make it feel really good for people to make empowered decisions, okay? So my clients create strategic visibility, creating what I call power content, and they lead people to their next yes. So I literally get on my client's shoulders and I show them, okay, when you create this piece of content, remember how yesterday I said, imagine what it would feel like to create a piece of content and get hundreds of responses? They get hundreds of responses, and then I teach them how to take that conversation and literally move it to the next step for them. There is nothing left up to the imagination. We literally walk you through the process, okay? So it might look like your next step might look like a powerful lead magnet. It might look like your Facebook group. It might look like a DM, okay? But it's all about knowing what strategically that next step that's going to produce results. Because if I send them to a lead magnet and your emails don't convert, you've wasted time. If I send them to a DM and you have no idea how to convert that conversation, again, we've wasted time. So the key is to making this each step of the process an easy yes, okay? So again, drop easy if your guys are understanding. Taylor says, oh my gosh, this is so real. I see how difficult it's been to book me. So difficult. We usually make it so difficult. Like, go watch a video and then go download my lead magnet and then go chat with me and then book. Oh my gosh, it's so much work. Like, why not instead ask people every single step of the way what you want them to do? Because here's the deal. If we don't know what steps we want our clients to take, they're not going to know what steps they need to be taking. And it's going to be confusing. So having a pathway means I know what I want them to do every single step of the way. So I'm actually controlling the process. I'm actually systemizing what I want people to do. I know without a shadow of a doubt when I meet someone what I want them to do every single step of the way. That is called a system. That is why it's called a lead system. I'm not willy-nilly hoping and crossing my fingers and thinking maybe this will work out. I'm saying I know what every single step is going to be. Okay? So the key to this, again, is to make it easy and strategic. Most people don't know how to do either. They don't know how to make it easy or strategic. That's why I'm here, is I help people make it easy and strategic. Okay? The next step of the star of the show that I like to call is what I call the Bingeable Authority. This is my proprietary Easy Yes lead system, and my proprietary Bingeable Authority is literally the answer to getting people to say yes so much faster. So hands up if you've ever heard of a new show. Someone's told you, like, what was the last TV show you binge watched on Netflix? Tell me in the comments. Tell me the last TV show you binge watched on Netflix. For me, it was Good Girls, okay? But I want to hear, what's the last TV show someone told you about and you went and binge watched that bad boy on wherever? Netflix, Apple TV, anywhere. I'm only on Netflix and Hulu, so I only know those two. But tell me a show that you recently binge watched. There's a point behind this, I promise. Heartland. Love it. Never heard of it. This also gives me good ideas to what to watch. The 100. Bridgerton. Oh my gosh, that was a great show, Taylor. New Girl. I loved that. Okay. I see a lot. This is fun, isn't it? Ooh, Yellowstone. Okay. So someone tells you about a show. You go and binge watch it. You're like, oh my gosh, let me go find out about this new show. So you hear about a brand new show, you get on there, and all of a sudden you go from just having found out about this new show to all of a sudden being this brand new, like, obsessed person who can't get enough of this TV show. You know what happened there? You know what happened that made you that raving fan in record speed? You binge watched the content. Crazy, right? I learned this because I did the same thing. I would learn about something and then I would binge watch it, and all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, this is my new favorite show in the entire world. Like, hands up if you've ever done that. You've binge watched a show and all of a sudden you're like the biggest fan of that show, and you may have just heard of it a week ago, but now you're the #1 fan of that TV show because you binge watched it. Now get ready for your mind to be blown. You can be doing the same thing in your business, taking people from just having met you to all of a sudden being a raving fan because you create bingeable authority. What if you were the Netflix of your business? And you had people raising their hands because holy moly, this is incredible. I love what you're talking about. I'm giving you binge-worthy content. Like, does this make sense to you guys? Are you guys understanding how bingeable content works? Drop a yes if bingeable content is making sense, because I will tell you, game changer. When I literally started figuring out that bingeable content was the answer for me getting clients quickly. Okay? So if you ever wonder why people are using these challenges and webinars and etc., and this is actually, I'm not even talking about challenges and webinars, there's so many other ways to do this, it's because it allows them to make a big impression quickly, okay? But here's the true story. Launching is exhausting, and as I say this as someone who actually really likes launching is exhausting, guys. Like, if you've ever launched before, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that has to happen. And truth is that it can only be done so often, which means you can't really create that predictable profit because you can't constantly be launching in your business. You're going to burn out your audience, okay? So drop launch in the comments if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be launching all the time. So whether you're launching or you're not, it means that in between, you're left hustling again for clients. Remember how much Nas hates hustling for clients? It's not a fun place to be, right? So drop hustle if you're tired of hustling. The thing about this is when we create what I call Bingeable Authority, it actually allows you to leverage an evergreen piece of content, evergreen area that people can binge watch so that you can actually bring in clients regularly without launching or in between launches if you love launching. Okay? The concept is that we give them a huge dose of you and we leverage your dynamic framework that we chatted about yesterday that gets them to feel confident and eager to say yes to that next step. Is this making sense? Like, is this just like, whoa, we're doing new things here? Bingeable Authority is what has allowed me to go from hello to new client in on average 72 hours, guys. Okay? It sounds like magic, but I promise you it's not. It's all built on this idea of yes momentum, having easy yes momentum every single step of the way that leverages that people are going to be the most engaged within 24 to 48 hours of meeting you because they've already built momentum. And with each and every single yes that you've given them along the pathway, they're more likely to say yes again and again and again. So creating an easy yes lead system allows you to attract, nurture, and convert in less time with a highly motivated buyer who's actually excited about working with you. Yeah, Taylor, a mini course can be an option. There's a lot of different things, and I chat a lot about this inside my program. I actually show you exactly how to create bingeable content, okay? This is the exact process that my client actually used to leverage her Facebook group that had less than 300 people and make $8,000 in 30 days without hustling for clients or spending hours online or running an exhausting launch, okay? Like, boom, is that not crazy? So tell me right now, I'm gonna give you guys a second to like digest. I have a tendency to give too much information to people because they get really excited. So I'm gonna give you a second to digest, okay? As you're digesting, this is now, do you see why I'm so excited about pathway calls and pathway chats? Because imagine being able to have an actual easy yes lead system in your business that you knew all you had to do is do the strategic visibility, which I show you exactly how to do, and that would produce that results and allow you to convert clients faster. Would that not be crazy for your business? Imagine how much time that would free up. Imagine how much money that would free up. Imagine how many incredible dream clients you could bring into your business. Okay? So again, I'm going to tell you guys again, drop call, drop chat in the comments if you want to set up a chat where we can talk about how an easy yes lead system works in your business. How I help my clients set up an easy yes lead system through all the things we've been talking about the last couple of days, customized to your business. Drop call or chat in the comments because I don't want you to miss out on this. I don't want you to come back to me 2 years from now like so many other people and say, oh my gosh, what was I doing? Why was I wasting time with copy and paste strategies? Why was I doing all these other things that didn't produce results for me and left me frustrated and overwhelmed and overworked and super confused? Okay? So I'm gonna give you guys a second. Drop any questions you have so far about everything we've shared here today. Any questions about the easiest lead system and how this whole process works? Anything I can shine a light on for you guys. And again, if later on you're like, I want to book a call, I want to book a chat, my calls are probably going to be booked out now. So if you want to drop a chat in the comments, we'll reach out to you. I will literally personally DM you and we'll just have a super non-invasive chat about the easiest lead system in your business and what that looks like, okay? Because imagine you being able to go from a group or a wherever your nurture space is, which is one of the questions we had is last time is what's your nurture space? Where are you going to nurture your clients, and being able to really easily convert those people into clients every single time, okay? So tell me what your guys' thoughts are. Give me some feedback on the easiest lead system. What are your thoughts? Is this not crazy? Yeah. Courtney's like, this was a good refresher because we've done this. So powerful for your business, right? So tell me if you guys have any questions. How could this relate to a blog? Same thing, whatever, Carly, whatever the goal is for the blog, it really starts with, we look at what the goal is for the blog. When we get people to the blog, what's your goal? What do you want them to do once they get to the blog? How do you monetize that process? And then reverse engineering that lead system from there. And just a reminder, tomorrow we're talking about how to actually scale predictable profits, what this looks like in your business to create a scalable business that you actually can scale predictable profits. So make sure you check it out tomorrow, same time, same place. And also check your emails because I'm going to be sending out a super exciting announcement for those of you who are considering the Sustainable Profit Academy, which if you guys didn't hear about this, is currently $1,000 off, which is crazy, and it's already super reasonable price. So if you're considering learning how to create an easiest lead system, considering learning how to create innovative authority into your business, then you're definitely going to want to book a chat or a call with me, because once these spots are gone, the price goes up $1,000, and I don't want you to look back and be like, what did I do? Okay? Any questions about anything that I have shared with you guys here today? If not, I kept it under an hour, right? Yeah, 51 minutes. I'm rocking it, guys. If I can make things under an hour, I'm like stoked about it. If not, jump into the comments. Let me know if any questions come up for you guys. But otherwise, I will see you back here tomorrow, same place, same time. We're going to be talking about scaling predictable profits, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed today's training and it got you guys thinking. And don't forget to go back to the homework and you start taking action on the things we talked about today. Hope you guys have a great day.